paving way for this strategic installation of government to be installed. How quickly would our Ugandan residents pave way for such a developmental project? Or can we say, would we be adequately compensated? It's a story playing out in the New Times of Rwanda.
There was a story here. They were saying they are going to put up an airport. Uganda is going to put up an airport. What happened?
Uganda?
They are going to put up an airport. Yeah, around Bulang.
Well, I'm asking myself, are we going to see another round of Etofali? I mean, you have gone.
No, that was going to be constructed by.
You've gone through
Civil Aviation Authority and the government of Uganda.
That's the man for town.
Why
are you guilty as a Uganda?
It's not going to be grass. Have you looked at the plans, the new plans?
I thought just by its very nature, Kasumi means it's going to be dry. So it's going to become a Tofari tombs?
No, because you people ban the things every time we put them up. So
which
this
people?
Time we have, I'm not insinuating anything, but I think there's going to be some, because the one before didn't have even any fire extinguishers, so I guess that's part of the plan. It's going to cost about 10 billion, and it's a World Heritage Site, not just for Uganda.
Well, there we go. Let's wait for the airport project and see whether those on that land will willfully leave it.
And talking about, tribal-related issues, Daily Monitor here reports that President Museveni says government is neutral on kingdoms. Look, government's involvement in kingdoms, without a doubt, is insidious. I don't know what we're going to do. We keep running away from it, and yet some people think the nexus is important, others feel there's got to be boundaries, perhaps keeping to each other's stuff.
Well, now you're looking at over close to 15 years since the debilitating escapade of Joseph Chiwetere in Kanungu. 15 years down the road, the report is out and it points towards police laxity. As always, when a massacre of this magnitude does take place, the brunt is taken by law enforcement agencies who should have sniffed this idea, this whole escapade, the planning of which in the bud. But 15 years after of an inquest, one asks themselves, so if one is going to get justice 15 years down the road,
is Chiwetere still alive?
Now that's the $1 million question that you would possibly not ask me. I would never have an idea.
But for the observer, 15 years later, 15 coming to that,
Yeah. Hey! It's such a long time.
Wow.
But it's business. I mean, I am not very surprised. In fact, I would be surprised that people are surprised. This is the way we do things in this country. It is our idiosyncrasies, if you like. Very unfortunate.
Well, we are looking at the Daily Monitor this morning, which is running a story that you could pick up from any newsroom in this country. A mid-term evaluation report of the National Water and Sewage Corporation Board performance has commended the work so far done by its management. Of course, a mid-term evaluation report of Eskom Uganda Limited would commend the management of Eskom for a job well done in the last 17 years. So I invite Stephen Otage of the Daily Monitor and your editors to come and pay attention to ourselves. After all, one who asks themselves, what was the criterion of looking at National Water and not Eskom?
But National Water is going to introduce prepaid meters. They'll have installed about 480 by the end of the year. So maybe that's the yardstick. Oh,
yeah. So that is the first. Prepaid meters are being brought by National Water.
That is
what about what about what?
Onyumirwa ebyemizannyo jangu nkulage.
Does! And Adam Johnson, the boyhood Newcastle United man, Derek, flying in the face of all football logic. A magnificent goal by Robin van Persie. Ferdinand! Everton lead at Old Trafford. Walcott, Giroud. Super Suarez. Gonna backs it up and cracks it in. Checo finds the net in spectacular style. Robert, penalty for Borussia Dortmund. He scores.
NTV. Soon on NTV. You're watching Morning at NTV with Simon Kasiate, Mabel Kebirunji and Brian Mulondo.
Welcome back from that break. Morning at NTV continues with today's big story and Simon Kasiate.
This is one of them.
Morning, Mabel, indeed, yes, coming to you again live from a location of a road junction leading to the central business district of Kampala at the Fairway roundabout. It's Morning at NTV's big story, and yes, that we are outside the studio setting and on the streets of Kampala. We are talking nothing but Kampala Capital City Authority and very specifically infrastructure development. As you can see around, of course, the morning traffic rush is underway, but of course we're also standing on a well-manicured and well-prepared roundabout. But this is somewhere close to the central business district. What about the other nooks and corners around Kampala where KCCA has promised to do some tremendous job, but for the most part remain to be in a debilitated condition? For example, my age-old clamor to have Robert Mugabe Road somewhere in Mbuya, Tamakadamai, so that it can ease on the traffic into the central business district. This and many other things is what we'll be discussing this morning with the spokesperson of the Kampala Capital City Authority, Mr. Peter Kawuju. Well, of course, since President Museveni gave Kampala Capital City Authority the mandate, the promise was to develop Kampala City into a reality as opposed to the virtual city that it always was. So the body set up in achieving this, what we call a 5-year strategic plan running from 2013 to 2017. And KCCA laid out its key strategic inventions necessary to transform Kampala, much of which has been geared towards infrastructure development. If you're going to come into the city from Ginger Road, you realize that there are works going on there. These are the second works on that road in a spate of less than 2 years. There was a time that the whole place was covered with flowers and nice shrubs, which the Lord Mayor then described as beautification but missing the point. This morning with Peter here, we're asking ourselves a few more questions. We see some infrastructure development, but some people say it's more like a knee-jerk reaction and doesn't really follow a systematic plan of action. To what extent is that true?
Good morning, Simon. Good morning, viewers.
Peter, I avoid you asking me good morning. It's already good morning. Let's proceed.
It's good to be on the show once again. Where we are is the Fairway roundabout, and I must say that we are continuing with registering a number of achievements in Kampala. We all understand and agree that Kampala has to change. It's been in a sorry state for over 4 decades, but work has to go on. About 3 years ago, when we came with a program to build set systems in place people in their respective roles so we can see work changing. We can see some visible change in the city. And as I speak to you, we've been able to focus on key areas, especially infrastructure, public health. But as we speak now,
don't talk about public health, Mr. Peter Kawuju, when we've seen health centers closing their doors to patients as a result of maltreatment from Kampala Capital City Authority. But that we'll discuss a bit later. Now let's look at infrastructure development here.
Simon, I'm here to give an account of what has been done and what we plan to do. So you're not going to restrict me
I will restrict you on infrastructure because we do not have 20 hours here.
Yes, so what I'm trying to say is that a number of things have been registered, a number of achievements have been registered. The journey has begun. There might be a long way for us to go, but yes, I want to admit and
Of course, we know that you have tremendous and well-articulated lip service. One only waits for you to accentuate and actuate.
Simon, the lip service only comes from you. For us, we deliver. When we tell you we're going to do this, we do it.
We'll take a short break. When we return, it's Simon Says.
Okay.
Well, for Simon Says this morning, it's just about you and I joining hands in listening very carefully to what Kampala Capital City Authority does promise to us every single day. You know very well that there's no day that passes in any form of mass media or even social media that we do not see a pronouncement or an articulation of a promise from the Kampala Capital City Authority. Now, the task is on all of us to listen to all these promises, be diligent as city dwellers, pay our taxes and all that, and then we hold these Kampala Capital City Authority persons to their word. If they say they are going to safeguard welfare institutions like health centers, education centers, we need to hold them to their word. I mean, you did see the strikes that went on somewhere in Kisenyi. I am told that the situation has come back to normal, but does it really have to first get worse before it can get better? All these are things that we need to put down to Kampala Capital City Authority and say, look, you should not come in as fire brigading services, but you must come in to offer service in a systematic manner. Must Robert Mugabe Road, for example, first become impossible for me to get a lease of life to be able to drive my cheap German piece of ironmongering so that I can get to my home and back to town? Must it first get worse for pupils in a public school in Kampala for them to get redemption from Kampala Capital City Authority? All this and more is what we need to hold our city administrators to task. Yes, we give them the platform to speak to us. Yes, we've listened to them. Yes, we give them all the support they need. But they must deliver, and deliver they must. Only that the question is, if they don't deliver, what do we left in terms of power to avert the situation? Have a good and productive morning. We are, again, coming to you live from an unfamiliar location in Kampala Capital City, where we normally do our thing from the rooftop of the Kampala Serena Hotel. Today, we're getting down closer to you. Who knows where next we'll be coming to you from? Stay tuned to the program, as we always give you the best of morning programming to set your day right and productive. God bless.
You're watching Morning at NTV with Simon Kasiate, Mabel Kebirunji and Brian Mulondo. Coming soon on NTV. Soon on NTV.
Mr. Krabs, are you ready to party?
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it, move it.
Wow! Hello, fellow motor enthusiastics.
Oh, Mr. Krabs,
Isn't there any way for us to return all of them back to normal?
Hey! How did he do that?
The Red Ranger's a bigger problem than I thought.
It's time to finish this thing up!
What can I do to make them love me again?
What are you drawing, Kitty?
Mega Rangers? Yeah. That's a mega win!
Hello? King Julian, you are truly inspiring.
Ow!
Sponge Pot!
Fantastic!
Kampala has been voted in the past as one of the favorite cities for tourists, one of the most peaceful cities. That is something that is changing.
Kale Kaihura, the Inspector General of Police, and President Yoweri Museveni, their alliance, they can only crack down or stop individual strikes and individual demonstrations. But I don't think they can stop the growth of militancy.
No holds barred.
Besigye and Lukwago have particular grievances against the government, some legitimate, some misguided. What should the police do? Of course, the police has to intervene, A, to protect the power of President Yoweri Museveni and the NRM from disruption by Besigye and Lukwago, but B, also, never forget this, to protect those ordinary people whose property gets destroyed.
I want to ask that many think that they've actually been frustrated.
Opposition parties in Africa do not tend to be constructed around policy differences. FDC lacks a glue to hold its coalition of different power-hungry individuals together.
Incisive.
You see, the NRM is more divided internally than the FDC. The advantage with the NRM is it has political power.
Analytical.
I think that one of the best organized political parties in Uganda is the PPP, the People's Progressive Party with Dan Sali. This idea that everybody is telling around the world that Africans are poor and they cannot contribute to their own political and social emancipation is crap. In fact, I think that the opposition parties in Uganda have to win an election in an unfair and unleveled ground.
Newsnight with Andrew Mwenda.
Mubonyumirwa ebyemizannyo jangu nkulage.
Does! And Adam Johnson, the boyhood Newcastle United man, Derek, flying in the face of all football logic. A magnificent goal by Robin van Persie. Ferdinand! Everton lead at Old Trafford. Walcott, Giroud. Suarez. Super Suarez. Hazard backs it up. Finds the net in spectacular style. Penalty for Borussia Dortmund. And he scores.
You're watching Morning at NTV with Simon Kasiate, Mabel Kebirunji, and Brian Mulondo.
If you're just joining us, thank you so much for staying with us up to this time. It's Morning at NTV, and we're coming to you live from the Fairway Hotel roundabout. Traffic packed to the rafters, cars over here, border guys doing their thing. And of course, if you're using Yusuf Lule Road, please make sure that you keep that in mind if you're heading for a meeting, or some people choose to play golf in the morning or shopping at Garden City. Well, you can see that the traffic officers are doing their job, but it's definitely quite busy here. And we're going to be camped here up to 9 o'clock, and make sure wherever you are, you can also send us a picture and tell us how traffic is. Or if you're already in office, tell us where you pass, any alternative routes, and you can see, yes, drivers being very patient, but of course, very, very big shout out to traffic officers who do anything to a man. Of course, border guys also this time being very, very careful. I do not know whether because they know that the cameras are capturing them, but we are trying to make sure. Maybe I'll try and talk to some of them here, and we'll see how their business is and how traffic is usually on this road. Amanya sebo. Ani? Masco Alex. Okosa luno oluguudo bulijjo. Buli lunaku. Traffic ali atya wano buli lunaku. Police batawanya nnyo wano.
Esiba oluguudo n'eyita layini endala.
Okay. Naye kati kasankula akabodaboda katukula ne helmet gyambale. Beera bulungi sebo. All right. So they say, well, the police tries to do a good job, but of course they lock one road and they move the other cars for about 10 minutes, so you're kind of frustrated. maybe it's time to put some traffic lights around the golf course and some busy parts of the city. KCCA engaging this morning with Peter Kauju. We'll see what to do. And of course, trying to get some other people here, really. Guys waving. But that's the traffic update for now. We'll be right back with a more updates as the hour goes. Back to you, Mabel, for some of the comments on our Facebook page. And of course, continue those comments on Twitter at Morning at NTV.
Thank you very much, Bran. Now, you know, I don't quite agree with the police sometimes. They stop traffic for like 3 to 5 minutes on one part of that particular junction you're at. And I think at least if you stop traffic for 1 minute on one side and then allow the other one. But when you stop it for so long, for 3 to 5 minutes, it really creates such a backlog. But I'm sure they know what they are doing. Now, this is our Facebook page. Lots of pictures of what is happening at the Fairway Hotel roundabout. And very interesting, if you haven't yet liked our Facebook page, I do not know what you're waiting for. Over 22,000 likes.
As we are now, try to mind you can be here.
Right.
Yeah.
You're definitely here. Well, if you're just joining us, I'm with the crew that is behind the City Alos Jam. More than 3 million views on YouTube. This has never been done before. And these guys we here are set to meet Ellen DeGeneres, one of the finest comedians in the US. Why? Because, you know, the video just killed it on YouTube. And so people have started doing videos of City Alos. Yesterday I was watching 2 Jamaican sisters that are doing video, their own version, and it's become really very popular. So let me talk to some of these guys. Jang. Amanya? Sempija Alex. Gwe watandika otya okulya dance?
Kulya dance. Natandika danga nkyali mwana muto kuziri tarifu ezo. Natandika mpola ate nenda nga balina stamina baleseyo obupya buno bebuti.
Soko kaliemu.
Mpola. Nentuuka paka nange wentuuse netuyiga ffenna amazina netuga training agogo agali mu City Alos.
Osoma? Oli mu class?
I'm senior 1.
You're in senior 1? Where?
At Machin.
Machin. Now, what do you want to do, for example, when you finish school? Do you want to go to dance school?
I want to be a president.
Wanji? Fantastically. No, Kaje. Sebo, Your Excellency, wait out. Good morning, Sebo.
Good morning.
Amanya, Sebo. Sorry?
Freddy to West.
Freddy to Mwesije. I think let me be here. Where do you go to school? Yes. Which school? What class are you? P6. Go to your subject chasing okunyumira musomero. SST. Oh, Jiriao D1 bichebyo. Bona oyagala kuba president ngono.
Njagala kuba nga kamilion naye nga maze okusoma emisomo gyange byonna nga banti emaliriza nga nzira mu byokuyimba njagala kuba nze nga kamilioni oyo gwe mwegomba.
Okay. Fantastic. He aspires to be like Chameleon, but he wants to go to school first, graduate with his degree, then venture into music. Kati gwe stroke che singo kunyumira mu City Alos. Kakodyo kisoko nagemu kali banange kiki kino banange. Okay, atono. Good morning, Sebo.
Good morning.
Erinnya lyo?
Isaac
Tumwesije. Are you also in school?
Yes.
What class are you?
P5.
P5?
Yes.
What's your favorite subject in
Math.
Math?
Yes.
You're going to be a mathematician?
Yes.
What do you want to do when you finish school?
I want to be a doctor.
Hey, chobola bolire oyagala nnyo math. What made you start dancing? Or you just saw your friends dancing and no gambo? Why? Nange kanyingirewo. Why did you start dancing?
Natandika okuzina. nali nziniranga ku gundi promotion webityo
ku bino bitrack
ebyo cheni para tugende nga bwenzinira okwo nange nenda abaana abazira nenga mukola kina nkuseyunga
kati mwana oli big. Let me talk to this lady. Madam, you've become a celebrity overnight. This girl, I can't do a 180. So konkoleremu 180 kubanga nze yanema. Mama, banange. Akosobola, pozi ngoyagala balete coffee ni kati. The least I can go, nemazeyo kati. Nemazeya ompedeyo. Morning. How are you? What's your name? Nabakoza Patricia.
Yes.
Nabakoza, what made you to dance? You're the only girl in the group. Lwaki wasalawo yingira olye dance?
Nali negomba nnyo abazina nga negomba nnyo okina mugera njagala nnyo waneeyise nga ndi traininga wekate olaba nange nandiira
wajoininga otya City Loss? Nawe wali ku gundi?
nali nsoma isomero yaffe nga tica waffe ono tica waffe manager waffe nga traininga music dance and drama najja nasaba mami wange ne bajja ne banzitayo waka nenjoininga chocolate club.
Okay. Wow, that's fantastic. Some of you may be asking us, why do you bring these kids? We want to show you that, you know what, whatever you have passion in, you can achieve it. You can achieve it. I never despise children because these guys have done something that most of us will never achieve. The teacher, what does this mean for you as someone who works with children, probably who are, some of these guys have been on the street, some of them of course love dancing as a passion. Where this moment, it
means a lot because we never knew that we might be here, more especially at NTV, because NTV, I've been praying so hard to be on NTV, but at least today City Loss has made us, and big up man Eddie Kenzo, wherever you are, that's really there for me. Because as you see me here, I was also needed. My father died when I was in P4, so because of the talent, I went to school. So also I wanted these kids to go to school because some of them were not in school. Then I brought them into school because of that talent. Yeah, it is again from the talent we get school fees from their talent.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's good. So how many children are you taking care of?
So far now we have 20. There are 20, not only this one, but at least now this one are coming.
These ones are the ones that are leading.
Yeah, but there are 20. Yeah.
So we had news that you're going to the US. Is that true? That one of these popular TV hosts wants the kids. We have seen people doing their own videos of City Loss, copying, you know, the styles.
Yeah, they are men on YouTube, and even when you look at the best kids dancers on YouTube, we are the best. Because others, they are 1 year ago, others 2 months, but at least ours in like 3 months. But we have around 3 million. And now about Helena DeGeneres, more information is with Eddie Kenzo, but everything is done, and we're looking for ample time because they are in school. So at least maybe holiday there. But but any information about that, more information is with the Eddie Kenzo.
Wow. Whatever you do, you can achieve. You can, you know, One Gravity said that I'm a winner. Some of these songs are not sung just because these people don't have content to write. It's because they're trying to inspire us this morning, and they're trying to inspire you too this morning. You're doing a fantastic job. And
they have their sort of inspiration, sort of beating song, like Osobolo. They can give a little bit of to inspire those kids that are at home.
In that particular song?
No, just a clip. They can sing it right now.
Hey, Musobolo to sample it.
Osobolo.
Muka sampling.
Come this side. Come this side.
Okay. So muyimba no kuyimba.
They also sing. Osobola, we go.
Manager now badde oyogera ano nti obisobola kati naye to sampling it.
Okay, I can.
Hey, girl, come. Banang. All right, stay with us. We'll be back after this Talking Sport with Brian Tuka. It's the City Allos Friday. It's morning at NTV.
You're watching Morning at NTV with Simon Kasiate, Mabel Kebirunji, and Brian Mulondo.
Yes, Towakana with 1 million shillings up for grabs every day. Kagwida Woku Airtel Money. Simply send and receive money. Top up your airtime or data. Pay for utility bills, groceries, fuel, and much more with Airtel Money. And you could be one of the day's 5 lucky winners. And if Mr. Money and his crew find you making a transaction, you win cash on the spot. Terms and conditions apply.
Airtel Money. Simple, secure, instant.
Why is Mombasa strategic to the countries of the East and Central Africa region? What makes the port of Mombasa the preferred port on the East African coastline? This channel has been dredged to a depth of -15 meters and widened to 300 meters at its narrowest point to enable the port accommodate larger vessels. These facilities make the port of Mombasa one of the busiest ports in the world for handling grain import aid cargoes for the World Food Programme. On 100 acres of reclaimed land is under construction with a total berth length of 900 meters. This will expand the port's container handling facilities to accommodate the latest generation of container ships and increase handling capacity by 1.2 million TEUs annually.
Mikwano gyaffe bana NTV ate naddala mu bannaamu muli gw'emizannyo muli gw'ebyemizannyo gukomyewo 2014 ate mutya kati ate gukyusiza n'obudde gwa 7 kitungulu gwali gwa 9 ne gugoberera ntusanyuka kati gubongereddeko wano malya g'ebyemisana awo osooke gubatayize gubaleetire buli kintu kyonna kalonda ennawo byemizannyo muli gw'ebyemizannyo mupya 2014 Isima waali alagira Argentina yenjo mukubira eddiba lye omukwano kujja kukoma ku muli gw'emizannyo naye kasita kinatuuka eri bano ba Messi okulumba abalenzi baffe ba Thiago Silva awo tewali mukwano omuli gw'ebyemizannyo 2014 President.
Follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat. Follow the beat. Follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat.
Follow the beat.
Follow the beat, follow the beat.
Follow the beat.
Follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat.
Follow the beat.
I'm going to blow your mind and I'm going to twist your taste buds.
the flavors are already coming together. I can feel them. Very lovely, very appetizing, very healthy. Remember, the way you see it, the way you like it, is the way you get it from my kitchen to your kitchen.
On the next episode, brought to you by
At Orange, we know you want to do more on the internet. That's why we bring you happy hour day and night.
La Patrona.
Yuri, do you swear to tell the truth?
Yes, I swear. I know that boy is in critical condition, and he might not make it, but please, don't deprive me of the chance to talk to him.
And what do you have to discuss with that kid?
It's a Goldstein when she was alive. Her husband brought her to my rehab center. Isn't that right, Senator? We both and he'd send me a nice little check every month.
We're here to arrest Macario.
Oh, well, I really think you'd better hurry. I saw him in the stables a while ago.
Quickly, everyone to the stables.
La Patrona.
You can download movies at the lowest prices and never fast from Orange. Dial *133# to buy a data bundle. Happy hour changes with Orange. Today changes with Orange.
Sitialos Wadendi Boss Brand here with some of the children that are in that video that has 3.9 million views on YouTube, and very interesting there. You can see them shaking their behinds, and I've been reading the comments on YouTube. People are saying, you know, you don't need to have money in order to be happy. Well, that's what we do here at Morning at NTV. We now cross over to Brian and Bran for the sports news, and I'm sure they will tell us Van Gaal's first day at Old Trafford, as well as the predictions tomorrow. Brian, whom do you think will win?
Joining us, we are still at Fairway Hotel, and of course, the roundabout traffic is massive. Traffic is massive. It does not end until maybe 10 o'clock. So feel free to pass by and say hi to people like Brian Tuka, the City Allos guys. They are all here, and of course tomorrow. Oh, good morning, mate.
Morning, man. How are you doing?
How you doing, mate?
Life is good.
You're looking like an American, my friend.
I know, because part of this town, I think, a little, looks like one of those down low cities in the United States.
Yeah,
so,
back in your village.
Yeah, back in my village, you know, in Ohio.
Yes, we at the, I was going to say at the rooftop, then I remembered we at Fairway Hotel.
We at the roundabout.
We at the roundabout.
Yeah, so in the case of anything shocking happening,
yeah,
you just know, anything can happen in this country.
Yeah, we've so far seen a couple of accidents, which is quite good. People know that it's not planned. Yeah, so it's real. So you can actually send your feedback on Facebook, Morning at NTV, and of course Twitter at Morning at NTV. You can also send us an SMS, 6565. We're definitely changing breakfast television as we know it. Morning, Brian.
Morning, man. How have you been? Good.
Awesome.
Good job. So you're embarrassing yourself and trying out one or two things. Those kids are massively talented.
Brian, can you do this thing? You try and do this. Both your feet are left. Okay.
Okay, that's for
Let's
the person
talk sports.
That's for the person who usually does this show. Not one who both people usually does this segment. Not me.
Let's pass to sports, then we dance.
Yeah, cool. No problem.
Yeah?
Yep.
All right, tomorrow the big game is on. Uganda against Mauritania. Some people have already complained about the price of the tickets. But what's your prediction?
First of all, it's a tough game. I've watched both the friendlies. Sessions I watched a couple of minutes. Then, of course, the Malawi game full time. But I think there are lots of questions and lots of worries for a final there is going to support the national team, because there's nothing to indicate that there's going to be anything big at Nambole Stadium when we play Mauritania. We celebrated playing against Mauritania because of Equatorial Guinea being disqualified. But the thing is, the celebrations have been cut short since I've watched Seychelles and Malawi for me. there's no identity. That has always been our problem, of course, there's no doubt about it.
Right.
But there's nothing that the team is trying to play. When you look at the team, it's one thing saying the team is struggling, but trying to play this and produce something, but you don't see it happening. And it's a big problem. We cannot create anything. I doubt we can defend better because both teams we played have not tested us that well. Mauritania maybe might test us because actually they beat up Equatorial Guinea at their home.
Wow.
Can it be the same here? I'm not sure, but I think there's a lot of work to do. I must confess, I'm so pessimistic about our performances and our chances on Saturday. But all I can say, just like you see how busy this place is, that's how it should be at Nambole. We go and support the team. However poor they could be, you never know. The crowd could lift one or two boys and we produce something. But there's a lot of work to do between now and tomorrow for
the coach says that he will have sorted, you know, the misfiring syndrome by tomorrow, by the time of the game.
But everything is
that
you
realistic?
see, the problem is everything is misfiring. It's one thing saying we have created chances and not bad at it, because you always hope a team that creates chances, one or two games away, we could convert.
Yeah.
The thing is, we are not even creating any clear-cut chances. We are barely doing anything.
Right.
The middle is empty. I mean, there's no. I feel there's even lack of leadership. And maybe when Onyango is playing, one or two games maybe show that actually he can be a capable leader. But for me, there's a lot of work to be done. But you never know. Cranes is Cranes at Nambole. Whether it's 1-0, we can take it.
They turn it on.
Absolutely. It could be ugly, but we managed to cross the line, just like the way we did against
Off the cuff, what's your prediction?
Tough one, Brian. I wouldn't want to predict because of the way we've been playing. I might even predict and mislead probably one or two people. But I would love to go. I'd love to go for a 1-0 win, Uganda Cranes, because we could get one or two set pieces.
Yeah.
We could convert a header off a defender, and we could be good to go. Probably we'll take a 1-0 lead to Mauritania. I'll go for 1-0, Uganda Cranes.
You know what? Go and watch the game. Go and support the boys because it's all we have. It's all or nothing.
And there's security. Like this one here you're seeing. This noise you're hearing. Yeah, it will be good, yeah. But we are safe.
But now the rugby Cranes have won in Kenya thrice in the past 12 years. But it's amazing that this weekend they don't actually need to win. What do they need to do?
First of all, the draw is enough because they take a 7 lead to Kenya. They won here 21-14. So that means they take a 7 advantage to Kenya. The thing is, the last time the Elgon Cup was even down here, I think we lost, must have been a 19 lead or something at Chadondo, and actually the Kenyans won it. They're the defending champions, and they've won it almost, not even almost, but they've dominated the Elgon Cup. Now, we go to Kenya. First of all, before the game on Saturday here, we were back, we had been at the back end of terrible losses, terrible performances, and morale was down. Very few fans actually believed in the team. But guess what? We come here, and I felt the boys showed up. Much as we were playing a Kenya B side, and while going to Kenya, we could be playing a Kenya A side. It didn't matter. What we needed to do first was to get a result. We got it here 21-14. Can we go to Kenya, produce big questions? We need a huge... Philip, unfortunately, has been suspended because of one or two problems and one or two controversies he's been involved in. Going away, playing in a foreign country, he's supposed to be down here and purging one or two things about the federation. So he won't be playing. And his presence, I think, in the paint will be missed because that you see team has got a couple of big guys that will bother them. Ivan Umanyika, once in a while with this jump shot, Achuma Joseph. They've got a tall guy who they brought in from Kenya recently. That's going to be a problem for Power. But you'll have to think without Sudi and Desmond, and especially Sudi, you have to think Power going to as top favorites. But last Friday they went into a game top favorites. It turned out to be totally different. But I will have to think this time on they should be able to bounce back.
Right. Yeah. Well, away from local sport, someone thought that he was not going to make it. But the first time he went to Liverpool, he came back, he won the event. And now Tiger Woods is back at the Royal Liverpool. And he's competing. His first 2 days were very, very bad. Absolutely. And then he bounced back, all of a sudden started winning. And someone was saying, you know what, you cannot, he actually also said it, you cannot write me off because I think for me, golf is Tiger Woods.
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. If you've gotten so many things wrong, that one thing 100%, you've gotten it. I'll tell you something. Sport is competitive. Sometimes you don't want the biggest competitor to play against you because you're thinking you could take the biggest prize. But for golfers, they want Tiger to be there because it's just more than competing with the guy. There's a lot of money coming in. Everyone wants to see Tiger at the big events. And listen, we talk about Barack Obama being probably the most famous black person. This dude, for me, is the most famous black person you'll ever see. The only black man playing golf. Probably one of the greatest golfers of all time. And listen, he starts the first day a bogey, and then he scores 5 birdies actually he scored 5 birdies off his 6 holes that he made and finished, I think, 3 under. Right. Of course, behind 3 shots actually behind Rory McIlroy, who's leading. He shot, I think, a 66. Rory McIlroy finished 6 under. And then 5 under was Manesotto, the guy from Italia. Then a couple of guys, Jim Chiric, the Molinari brothers, all coming in on 4 under. But you see, the first day sometimes does not give the real picture. Rory has had a terrible day 2 in the past couple of events he's played. Yeah. Shooting 78, 77, and 74, which is quite terrible by his standards. Now he leads, and he needs, and everyone will be looking at Tiger given how he played. Yeah. After, of course, the first 2 holes being horrible for him. Now, we can only wait and see what day 2, which is today, and of course even tomorrow, has for us. But with Tiger playing like that, you just never know. The last time this event was held, he was the winner in 2006. Yes, he won it. And of course, very emotional because it had been a couple of days before the dad had passed on, and the dad played a huge role. He taught him how to play golf just from the tender age, I think, of 3. And definitely, if he does again, I can bet Tiger will be crying again, remembering his dad. But you can't rule him out now.
This time he'll probably be remembering his wife.
Yeah, exactly, maybe. But I don't. Okay, I doubt. No, but Tiger can't run broke, man. There's still a lot of money coming.
Okay. He also made, headlines, Rosenbaum. But Mercedes have not won the Grand Prix at home for over 70 years. Yeah. This time they're at home. Do you give it to Hamilton or Rosen?
First of all, out of the 70 years, you wonder how many of those they had even a chance. This time around, they go in as top favorites.
They have the biggest names now.
Exactly. They are leading the championship and the drivers and also the constructors championship because they've been awesome this season. Yeah. Very good car. The drivers doing their job. Nico is only 4 points ahead of Lewis Hamilton. If Lewis does not retire, and probably both have a good qualifying and probably even good practice, but most especially the qualifying because it gives you where you'll start. I would love to think Lewis might want to get one of Nico when they have all started and finished the race so that they can take the championship leadership in Rosberg's, of course, native country, Germany, who are the current, of course, world champions. And Nico wanted to wear a helmet with the World Cup, and FIFA told him, excuse me, dude, that's Formula 1, man. That's not football. So we're not going to allow you to. But I think Nico is home. If he doesn't retire, he's been such an unstoppable driver. But same as Lewis, because for me, I think Lewis is a better driver than Nico. We can only wait and see what qualifying has for us, because Formula 1 is a very technical, very risky, and very tough sport to predict. You never know what happens to the car. There could be a huge problem, so we can only wait and see what happens. But if you ask me, I'll tip Lewis.
Right. Yeah. I think they're going to have a phenomenal season. No Man United next, and Van Gaal being unveiled yesterday, his first press conference. What did he promise?
First of all, he ensured he doesn't promise anything.
Good.
Because he said in football you can't promise anything. Nobody expected the German to beat Brazil 7-1. Why he had to say that, I don't know. Maybe he was throwing 1 or 2 things at Brazil. But that's what he said in his words. And he didn't promise. He says he's been at big clubs. He's been at Barcelona, where he feels it's #1 in Spain. He's been at Bayern, where he feels it's #1 in Germany. And of course even Ajax, where it's #1 in Holland. What he says that he's a big-time manager. His CV tells, his CV shows, and he knows he can do the job, and he's willing. The 2 days he's been at United, he clearly sees how big a team is and how big sponsors are, and of course the fans. And he says he will do his best, utmost best, and he's relishing the challenge. And there's no doubt, very few would question Louis van Gaal, and I feel he'll do the job for United. He needs a couple of days to check out the players, he says, before he can make any further signings. He says Luke Shaw and Herrera, he likes them, they were already on the list, and it was okay them being bought. So he can only wait and see. Unfortunately for him, he's got Michael Carrick out. I'm sure he must have wanted to have Carrick around to see how he's going to set up, because Carrick still, I feel, will be very important to United, and I'm sure Louis van Gaal should know about it. But unfortunately, he's going to be out for about 12 weeks or so. So we can only wait and see. But Louis did not promise anything, but he says he will do his utmost. And you know his utmost is #1, because he says finishing 4th
I'm an Arsenal supporter, but I know Man United. If they do not win the Premiership next season, then they'll probably it will be very unfortunate.
It's tough because the manager just come in. He hasn't had a lot of time with the players. So you never know whether the philosophy will crack up a little bit earlier than expected, because he only has about a couple of weeks before they started. Yeah, before the start of the season. So we can only wait and see. But Louis will do a good job at United. There's no doubt about that. Yeah.
Let's check out some transfers. What has Arsenal brought?
Matthew Debussy is an Arsenal player now. Of course, Newcastle didn't want to go through the troubles they've gone through, selling players and thinking they're bringing in, then the deals break out. Now they have Janmaat, the Dutch right back. They've signed a couple of other players, Rivera, Cabela, and now they managed to let Debussy go, and it's a perfect, I think, for me. And potential, and not actually.
What does he add to the squad?
First of all, he's a capable replacement for Bakary Sagna. Defensively, very good. Going forward, provide one or two crosses that you never know can provide probably one or two chances for the Arsenal. But I think most important is a capable replacement for Bakary Sagna. He will do the good job. Good job, there's no doubt about it. He showed it at the World Cup when he was playing for France. At Newcastle's Bear, they spent time there. Arsenal have seen him and they bought him, and there's a reason for that. Defensively, I think he's solid. Going forward, he'll give them something. So I think Arsenal have bought a perfect replacement for Bakary Sagna. And Arsenal have been busy. I wonder whether they will add on to this one. Arsene Wenger spending more money. Big time questions about that.
All right, let's head on to some European pre-season build-up matches. Hearts against Man City. Yeah. How did it? It's happening today.
Yeah, it's happening today. And I think Chelsea also play Wimbledon or tomorrow. Something. Liverpool are also in action. United are heading to the United States today, and of course there will be a couple of more of those coming. But there's not so much to read into this, because look at this. Barcelona are in action. They will play Recreativo Helva, I think, today also. But most of their World Cup stars, for example, will not be part of the team. Same applies to teams like Arsenal, same applies to teams like PSG, and of course Man City, and all the other guys. So there's not so much, apart from managers trying out a few and seeing how good the rest of the players are, and seeing if I can bring in or let go of some. That's about it. And of course fitness issues. Match fitness and ordinary fitness is totally different. So they will be getting those as they gel up and of course draw closer to the start of the seasons in their respective leagues in Spain, Germany, England, and of course Italy, and a couple of others in Europe.
Right. Yeah. Well, you can catch Brian Tuka every Monday from Club Silk at 10:30 p.m.
10 p.m.
10 p.m.
After
Professor Joel.
Thank you. Professor Joel. Marvelous.
And Isma, who is writing an exam today, was not able to join us, but will be here at 1:30 p.m. with Omumuli, and they'll be on with Romansi and Alan. Please feel free to head over to our Facebook page, Morning at NTV, and of course Twitter if you have any questions about sport. But before we leave you this City Alos Friday, check out your African proverb. All right, this morning I really don't want to dwell a lot on the African proverb, but they say words are sweet, but they never take the place of food.
Words are sweet, but what are they talking about? The importance of food. Who doesn't know about that? Clearly, it looks much evident. They are sweet, but they don't take the place of food. Okay, yeah. Might be what they're trying to say. You need to work hard to put some food on the plate. Words are just not enough. Don't start convincing people how much you can talk. You need to walk the talk. Simple as that for me, to put the food on the table.
I think they say in Uganda, Vigambo Tevidia.
Vigambo Tevidia. Amani is okay. That's Bobby Wine song where he says, Vigambo Tevidia, and the rap comes with a lot of words. So, work. You need to work.
Yeah.
Work. Silent, work, get food on the table, man. Yeah.
This morning, we are celebrating the kids that are doing a fantastic job. 3 million views on YouTube.
It's crazy. I saw them on the Daily Mail. I was surprised, very happy that Ugandans have got kids out there. I'm sure the guys out there are wondering how talented can a small country in Africa called Uganda have talented kids like these ones. Absolutely brilliant. And I like the, I like the girl. She almost knows every single
word. Let me call them
one.
and we sign out together.
Every
come on,
single
come
one.
on. And we sign out together and we say bye-bye because they made Friday. And it's really an inspiration for those of you who think that you cannot do anything. Those of you who stifle your kids' ability to do, to pursue their dream. And these guys are, awesome. But this guy can't dance. That's a problem.
No, it's okay. I will not dance because I cannot clearly. Much younger bones, Zendi Muzei. Let the young ones dance.
Yeah.
Patricia, come here.
This is Patricia.
Yes, Patricia.
Yeah, so, for us, you know, we are the City Alos crew.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm joining them soon. I don't know if there's a dancer or a manager. I'll wait and see. Manager, don't worry. I'm not going to get...
All right. Let's go and... cross. Brian took a be the traffic officer. This is VIP treatment. This is VIP treatment.
Yeah.
All right.
Good stuff. We've done almost everything. Thank you.
Hey, one of you should go there.
Are you going with them?
You know, I subscribe to the Bible that says that you give honor where honor is due. And these kids have done a phenomenal job. We are honoring them. And this Friday, you are, of course, honorable to us. Want to say have a fantastic day. And from us and the entire crew at Fairway Hotel, have a phenomenal weekend. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
You're watching Morning at NTV with Simon Kasiate, Mabel Kebirunji, and Brian Mulondo.
NTV, turning on your world.
Yes, Towakana with 1 million shillings up for grabs every day. Kagwida Woku Airtel Money. Simply send and receive money. Top up your airtime or data. Pay for utility bills, groceries, fuel, and much more with Airtel Money. And you could be one of the day's 5 lucky winners. And if Mr. Money and his crew find you making a transaction, you win cash on the spot. Terms and conditions apply.
Airtel Money. Simple, secure, instant.
Coming soon on NTV. Soon on NTV. On the next episode, brought to you by...
At Orange, we know you want to do more on the internet. That's why we bring you happy hour day and night.
On the next episode of Tuwaye.
Akola nti kati bwe ngamba nti waliwo pose gye batugamba nti front the bicep no posing oti mulaga emikono kati basooka ne batuulira definition eno nengenda ku Sabrina's ne mbasambira ne bampa omulimu gwe nali nkola nga nsitula bidongo
wali ulowana abayo show
naye ng'omwezi bampa emitwalo 7
era Sabrina osingako yali afuna 12,000
ku Sabrina's we nasookera ddala gamba okugula ku simu Sony Ericsson yali ya mitwalo
eza eriyo obulamu bwe buba kulwa mukaaga luno essaawa 4 tosibwa Ivan Byekwaso nga atubuulira bikwata ku muzannyo ogw'okuzimbya emifumbi oba bodybuilding ne bye yayitamu okutuuka okuwangulira Uganda omudaali ogwa silver mu mpaka ez'ensi yonna.
You can download movies at the lowest prices and never fast from Orange. Dial *133# to buy a data bundle. Happy hour changes with Orange. Today changes with Orange.
Yesu